Welcome back. Not many close matchups this week, but with 2 of the 4 undefeated teams going down, the playoff race is definitely remaining tight, with all but one team, Tim, within 1 game of that last playoff spot. Let's take a closer look in this week's Commissioner's Corner. First up, my potentially undeserved undefeated run has come to an end at the hands of the regular season buzzsaw that is Skip. 6 touchdowns out of his top 3 position players. 42 points from Tyreek. That seems a little unfair. Debo tried to keep pace, but there just weren't enough touchdowns to go around to the rest of my team. And unfortunately, I think the Robert Tonyan hype train may be officially derailed. Here we have a bottom of the table battle between Chase and Ryan. And Chase's namesake outperformed Ryan's, with Dak scoring 27 compared to Cook and Kittle's combined 11 points. He also had a strong showing out of his running backs, but it was really his specialty players that separated this matchup, with his defense, kicker, and punter scoring nearly double that of Ryan's. Cook's going to need to overcome his injury and get back on track if Ryan wants to turn his season around. Next up, we have 2 teams going in completely different directions. Although they're 2-2, Crikey actually have the 2nd most points scored in the league and are looking good at almost every position. They were even able to win while experiencing that first juicy taste of the Mike Williams boom-bust volatility. Now, yes, they timed it well with a matchup against him, who not only is the last winless team in the league, he hasn't even scored 100 points yet this season. Remember when after week 1, when he was saying that I overreacted? Well, we're 4 weeks in now, and it's not looking like so much of an overreaction. In our stomp of the week, Brian was able to get out of the no-win basement with a nearly 70-point victory over Kelsey. He's 1-3, but he has the 3rd most points in the league, and he even had points to spare on his bench. We could be looking at a team poised to go on a hot streak. Conversely, Kelsey has the 2nd least points scored this season and has to start Kenyon Drake due to the complete lack of options on her bench. She went with the Hail Mary play of going with Jeff Wilson with her waiver pickup, who will be available in a few weeks, and she's going to need it if she's going to make something out of this season. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Remember just a few weeks back when Jeff was on top of the world with a 174-point performance? Well, now 3 weeks later, he scored over 100 points less than that week. He's going to need to figure something out in these next weeks because Joe Mixon is now joining CMC on the bench with an injury. Meanwhile, Brittany had a very solid week, mostly on the back of Austin Eckler, but also a surprisingly productive performance out of Leonard Fournette. However, looking at her bench, is Darnell Mooney the wide receiver 1 in Chicago now? Is he the play over Allen Robinson? Will Brittany make the right choice? We're going to have to see. Last up, we have our closest matchup of the week, one in which neither team really deserved a victory, but somehow Paul continues his miraculous undefeated run. Wilson and Boyd played well, but he left the door open with his defensive choice that opened a 13-point swing. Zach wasn't able to take advantage, however, and he's been wheeling and dealing on this trading block, but a few more weeks like this, and he might scare off our league from trading for another 10 years. That's it for this week. But with all the tight matchups we have going into next week, make sure you tune in for the latest updates in next week's Commissioner's Corner.